waking up to yet another Philadelphia Eagles inflammatory tell-off from their locker room.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man your man could smell it.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
Good people. It is your boy Theo Dorsey. It's a Wednesday here, April the 1st. And no, this is not a April Fool's joke. Yes, yet again, a team that seemingly has assembled some of the best talent over the past 5, 6, 7 years. Year over year, they are a contender, not only for their division, but also for the NFC and for the crown of the NFL. The Philadelphia Eagles back at war with themselves, their own greatest enemy. And we are here to talk about it. It's a beautiful Wednesday, though, as we have now exited March, the madness of March, and entered April. We have the Final Four stage set for both the men and the women. That's going to take place this weekend. Should be a lot of fun. Of course, my Miami Heat. I should say our Miami Heat. There's enough other Heat fans out there listening to Theoretically Speaking. They have the Celtics tonight at full strength. So it should be interesting if they put up another fight. They beat the Sixers the other day. They're middling in the midst of NBA purgatory, as they clearly are a play-in team, but they are somewhat showing a fight late in the season. So we'll see how that pans out. And, of course, my Houston Astros first pitch in a couple of minutes here. So I'll be watching one of my two per week throughout the show. Fun to get a little afternoon game. We also learned Tiger Woods stepping away from the game of golf to take priority back on his mental health and deal with the different things that have ailed him since we had that car crash on Friday. It's a good time to be kicking it with you all. Cade Chums is on the other side of the glass on the ones and the twos for the day. And Cade, how have your Twins been? What kind of a start have they been off to with this MLB season? Because I'm only locked in on my Stros.
Roughly middle of the pack right now, and that's exactly what I expect. In fact, I'm actually cheering for them to tank. There's no business for them to be any good this year. Let's get some stars traded.
6 games in.
Yeah, well, that's how I had it before the season started, and season's going along. I believe they're 2-3, 3-3, something along those lines.
Okay,
and
they're middling. Middling.
Their over-under was 72.5, so it was just under 500. I would cheer for it to be a lot less.
All right, I get you. Again, I like to empower the fan that has a long-term view of things for their organization. Dolphins fans, you heard what Cade just talked about. This is what your next season and maybe even next 2 seasons are going to look like. Very little hope for wins. Your roster's not going to be competitive enough to be a championship team. If you want the good prospects, if you want a chance to swing at a big-time quarterback or maybe even wide receiver, JJ might be available there for you at the top of the draft. You're going to have to eat your vegetables. Cade has already subscribed to eating his vegetables as a Twins fan. My Astros have won 4 straight.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll see how that shakes out. We got Evan Cohen joining us around 2:20 today as well in his typical Wednesday spot. But I do want to start today in what was formerly known as the City of Brotherly Love. We just wrapped up the NFL owners' meetings out in Phoenix. That means all of the owners, the general managers, the coaches, and everybody and whatnot huddled up out there, discussed rule changes, did a lot of media availability, which later on in the show we're going to talk about what we heard from Jeff Hafley, the Miami Dolphins' new head coach, and why I think it could be something that should strike some confidence in Dolphins fans around here. But also, as teams and coaches and owners were exiting Phoenix to go back to their abodes, we got a riveting drop on ESPN.com, a tell-all article outlining yet again another offseason that's going to culminate in the Eagles having an internal, I don't want to know if you want to call it a power struggle. I don't know if you want to call it just poor relationships with one another, but the Eagles are once again at odds with one another, and there was a joint report by Tim McManus and Jeremy Fowler that hit the scene at 6 a.m. sharp. You can tell this one was scheduled. You can tell this is a scheduled dropped by them, and likely giving way for everybody to get out of the owners' meeting, so they didn't have to get asked about this. Jeff Lurie, owner of the Eagles, 6 a.m. drop this morning, and the title of it, Inside the Eagles 2025 Friction as Jalen Hurts stands at crossroads. Cade, I'm kind of sick of the Eagles. I'm kind of sick of this circus that we go through with them every single offseason. I mean, is it not starting to kind of get old?
Especially when nothing ever happens because of it.
Yeah.
When there's drama, there needs to be either a fixed resolution or an immediate change.
Yes.
So far, there has been drama and then, oh, well, right? It's like,
you know what?
We're not getting a satisfactory ending.
The issue is it's the same issue. Sometimes people call it the solution, but they say, winning is the cure to all of your problems in professional sports, in team sports. So they're able to cover up the internal conflict, the lack of communication, the fact that it seems like they all hate each other in that locker room from head coach on down to the guys, the playmakers on that roster. They're able to cover that up by the fact that they are having a glaring amount of success. One of the stats that was outlined in this article was that since Jalen Hurts has become a starter for the Eagles, he has the 5th highest winning percentage of any NFL quarterback. They also, of course, have the Super Bowl victory over my Kansas City Chiefs, where they absolutely curb stomped us on my anniversary. They had no regard for my anniversary that day. So I'll never forget that. And on top of that, Jalen Hurts is a guy who, though he doesn't get his respect, he was second in MVP voting before. He's got 2 Super Bowl appearances. That's 2 more than Lamar Jackson, 2 more than Josh Allen, 1 more than Joe Burrow, and he's got the actual ring over Patrick Mahomes, the only guy in the league outside of Joe Burrow that has beaten Mahomes in the postseason. Like, he has a lot of feathers in his cap. But along with those feathers in his cap, it seems like, especially according to this article, it was a pretty lengthy read, again, by Tim McManus and Jeremy Fowler on ESPN, the feathers in his caps coincide with also seemingly some daggers in his back that are coming from his own locker room. There are internal sources here that are outlining how Hurts is hurting their offense, how Hurts is changing plays at the line of scrimmage, how in a pivotal game, the game in which they ended up going home, he, then offensive coordinator Kevin Patullo, and Nick Sirianni got into some kind of conflict over what play was to be called, and Hurts settled on 4 verts, and that's how their season ended, with a hurled ball at Dallas Goedert that really stood no chance of being completed. And it feels like I always circle back to this with my starting quarterbacks, my franchise quarterbacks in the NFL. It's the most important position in all of team sports. I prefer for them to be people that take accountability. I prefer for them to be the person that stands up there no matter what went wrong in the game flow and say, that was on me. I can be better. I can better lead him into a throw instead of having him throwing it behind him and having him have to fight back through a defensive back's back. I can be better about managing my protection so that I don't acquire as many sacks. I can be better about, communicating with my offensive line, communicating with my weapons that are around me to make sure everything is succinct and everything is on point. That's why I don't really like a lot of what Aaron Rodgers does. A lot of finger pointing, a lot of blaming. I don't like a lot of what Shedeur Sanders was, at least in college, when he was complaining about how poor his offensive line play was. So much so that he had to do a performative press conference with 5 of them standing behind him as he talked behind the microphone, not letting them talk, but just a little, be props behind me while I talk about how good y'all are now. I can't stand Cam Ward, who K Chums is one of my guys. Yeah, it's my guy. Miami Hurricane helped turn that program around. 1 year with the Tennessee Titans. They did absolutely nothing to help him out in his first year. With the lame duck head coach, with the weaponry that the Titans had around him, like, we had a lot of hope for Calvin Ridley, and he became a bit of a dud, and he got injured. Outside of that, it was a bunch of 4th and 5th round rookies and guys who probably won't have a job in a year and a half. And Cam Ward did nothing but take the bullets, step behind the mic, talk about how he can be better, how he can put more touch on the ball, how he can be better about being a playmaker and not throwing interceptions. And what does that turn to actually in Nashville? Right now I'm looking at the Tennessee Titans as a team that with Robert Saleh and with Brian Daboll and with renewed energy and the 4th pick in the draft, they have a shot, maybe not this year, but in a couple of years, for really contending for that division with your Houston Texans. And it's because I feel confident about the future of them because I know how much of a leader Cam Ward can be. I'm not saying Jalen Hurts doesn't take accountability. I am saying it feels like his communication style with his teammates and even to the media, it comes off a bit callous. So he's not without blame here when you try to assess all of the things that are wrong with the Philadelphia Eagles. Here's my biggest issue with all of this, though. If we are going to try and pinpoint who should be taking the blame, who should be trying to maneuver through change right now as the Eagles are looking to get better, I can't have stories like this coming out in the offseason where it seems like somebody inside of the Philadelphia Eagles facility, it feels intentional that they're trying to spotlight this as a Jalen Hurts specific issue. Take a listen to Jeremy Fowler, who explained just a part of, and then we'll get to some of this article itself. He explained what went wrong and how Jalen Hurts has been highlighted throughout this article and really since he's taken over as starting quarterback as one of the issues with the chemistry of the Philadelphia Eagles.
And Nick Sirianni actually did a pretty good job managing all of this, but it's just come to a head where the offense didn't have enough firepower around it. And in 24, it was so good with Saquon Barkley in the running game and the offensive line, you really didn't need a great passing attack. Well, now it was more on Jalen Hurts, and some of the warts showed a little bit. And the Eagles are trying to put the bottle back together and really just change things a little bit to help Hurts take the next step. Sources say he has been more open and receptive to some of those changes behind the scenes in recent months, so they are hoping for the best.
I'm counting this is the 3rd time that we've gotten an off-season flare-up, an off-season tell-all where somehow, some way, either national reporters or Philadelphia insiders have gotten anonymous sources and recent players to either point blame at, criticize, or talk about the dysfunction within that locker room. I'm counting this as the 3rd time. And at a certain point, Nick Sirianni, who is the head coach of this football team, who Jeremy Fowler there, he made a point to say that he's done a good job of managing and massaging these egos and making sure things are right around the Philadelphia Eagles. At a certain point, if Nick Sirianni ain't going to be the play caller on offense or the play caller on defense, what the hell is the point of having him in that position when the one thing that he's supposed to be upholding as the quote-unquote CEO-style coach seems to be their biggest issue year over year? Jalen Hurts has had how many? This is 4th straight year now that he's had a new offensive coordinator, new play caller. 4th straight year. And I can deal with it. Again, you're now criticizing him. Oh, he's changing plays at the line of scrimmage. He's telling receivers to run routes that we didn't call or we didn't even design up as play callers. Those are the kind of things that are in this report, that Jalen Hurts, he's the issue with the offense because he's trying to do all of these things and take command of this offensive attack that specifically changes year over year over year. If Nick Sirianni is going to be the guy that everybody is contributing, they're attributing a lot of the success of the Eagles to him. They're saying that Sirianni is a guy that, a coach of the year type of candidate. Sirianni is a guy that is holding it all together. He's the emotional stronghold of the Eagles. Outside of that, I'm not even sure. He came from an offensive background. I would have thought that he could maybe sustain a similar offense year over year for this team, even with their coordinators getting poached or fired because of incompetencies. But he doesn't. And so they have the volatility, Kate. Like, that is the biggest issue when you have a coach that's not a play caller. There's the volatility of the coordinators, and now you're beholden to who's calling the plays for you. I'm going to keep, every time I see an issue like this come up with the Eagles, I don't want to hear about people complaining about A.J. Brown. I don't want to hear about the deficiencies of Jalen Hurts. We've known he is a quarterback that comes with certain limitations since he came out of Alabama. All of those things are falling on dead ears. I need to hear about how Nick Sirianni is going to take accountability for allowing his locker room to have leaks again, how Nick Sirianni is going to take accountability for not being able to either hire the right offensive coordinators or retain them, or maybe, just maybe, pick up enough of the juice that they have been giving to this offense year over year and keep the continuity within this offense by you being the play caller, you being the guy that can keep, like, you being the guy that can make it to where we don't have, since 2020 when Jalen Hurts joined the Eagles, a sixth different offensive coordinator, which means a sixth different offensive system, which means a sixth different language that not only Jalen Hurts has to learn, but all of your receivers and your tight ends and your offensive lines with your protections. That's what a serious organization would try to uphold. But that's not what the Eagles have right now. I look around the NFL, there are 31 NFL football teams, and then there's like this assimilation of great talent in Philadelphia. And every other offseason, we get another blow up, another explosion, another issue where people are barking out loud about how much they hate other people on this roster or talking about how somebody else is to blame. And if for my money, if I'm the Eagles, I am going to say at some point I'm going to have to point a finger and say, hey, CEO, head coach, get a hold of this thing. But what I will say is I am no longer able, because I do feel like NFL teams, sports franchises, even their fan bases tend to define what a city is. I can't do it anymore with the moniker City of Brotherly Love. So today on Theoretically Speaking, we're going to have to reclassify that. We're going to have to retitle that. We need a new moniker, new nickname for Philly. We are no longer going with City of Brotherly Love. I am sorry to William Penn, who put pen to paper and named it Philadelphia, which I did learn today. I've always wondered why we called it that. Kate, have you know, Kate Chumsland, you're a history buff. Have you ever wondered, or do you know why they call it the City of Brotherly Love?
No, I actually don't off the top of my head.
It's just the Greek translation of Philadelphia.
Oh.
Look, I was just as shocked. I said, oh, that's simple?
That it is a Greek city. Like there is a city in Greece called Philadelphia, or at least there was historically.
Okay.
So we didn't originate it, but that also makes sense.
It makes sense when William Penn pulled up, late 1600s, Philadelphia, City of Brotherly Love. And we've been calling it that year over year over year. But now we're 350 some odd years later, and we have a team that ain't got an ounce of brotherly love in it. So today, right here on this show, we're coming up with a new nickname for your city. And if you're from Philly, maybe you can play a part in this thing too. 888-760-3776, 888-760-3776. Number one, who's to blame for the dysfunction of the Philadelphia Eagles once again? And number two, hit us up on the Baptist Health Hotline and tell us your new nickname for Philadelphia. I'm thinking right now, the city of brotherly blame, as much as we have the finger pointing, and it's his fault. It's his issue. He needs to do this better. He needs to change this. Jalen Hurts has to be more accommodating to motions and playing under center. Okay. All right. Well, how about this? Get him the same play caller year over year that he can work with and gain trust with and gain continuity with so that he can design plays that work for him either under center or with more motion. Help him help you. And it will help everybody in turn. But instead, everybody want to point fingers and point blame and put spotlights on other people. 888-760-3776. Hit us up on the Baptist Health Hotline. We're renaming Philadelphia. What is your nickname? Right now, my first one, off top of the dome, I'm going City of Brotherly Blame. I got a couple others in my back pocket. I even asked ChatGPT to give me some, Kate. We'll see what AI's got. I'm not big on the ChatGPT ones, but I'll deliver those later on. And you could join on the Baptist Health Hotline, 888-760-3776, or as always on YouTube at ESPN South Florida. The Baptist Health Hotline. Welcome to pro-level orthopedic care at Baptist Health. From sports injuries to everyday aches, our expert team delivers the same advanced care trusted by the pros. So do me a favor, do yourself a favor, and get back to the life and the activities that you love. Learn more at baptisthealth.net/ortho. 888-760-3776. That's the Baptist Health Hotline. 888-760-3776. Welcome to being treated like a pro. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. On the other side, on Sportsman-Likes, Evan Cohen joins us on a Wednesday here, not April Fool's Day, just the first day of April, on Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine.
For over 40 years, Ronald McDonald House of South Florida has supported families like Kayla's.
Without the Ronald McDonald House, we couldn't continue with Kayla's medical treatment.
We are now building a new, larger house to accommodate almost twice as many families each year.
It's a peace of mind knowing we have a place to stay without worrying about costs.
Help us build this new home by visiting rmhcsouthflorida.org.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 1063.
Hey, ref, timeout, man. All right, team, we're only down by 5. We can still win this. Grab some water and get back out there. Whoa, not that water. You need Culligan water. With a free water test and advanced reverse osmosis purification system, Culligan helps reduce contaminants, delivering cleaner, safer, better tasting water. Enjoy 12 months interest-free. Schedule your free test today at Culligan.com. Serving all of South Florida, residential or commercial.
Hey, Culligan man! Hey, it's Tina. Okay, let's be real. When you need tires or a battery, you want someone you can actually trust, right? That's why I go to St. Lucie Battery and Tire. They've been keeping South Florida moving for over 50 years, and they're still family-owned. They've got all the big tire brands, plus batteries for pretty much everything. Their best price out-the-door guarantee means you know you're getting the best deal. So next time your car needs something, don't stress. Just go to St. Lucie Battery and Tire, slbt.com. Trust me, they've got you covered.
Ready to take on any terrain? The all-new 2026 Defender 110 P300S is here. Built for those who crave adventure without compromising on luxury. Lease the powerful 2026 Defender 110 P300S for just $899 per month for 36 months. Whether you're tackling the toughest roads or cruising the city, the Defender is ready for it all. Don't wait. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and experience the Defender like never before. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Transworld Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
This is the story of the one. As a procurement manager for a hospital system, she keeps every facility in her network stocked and ready. That's why she counts on Grainger to be her single source for thousands of products, from disinfectants to lighting, air filters, and more. And with fast, dependable delivery, Grainger helps her keep every facility stocked, safe, and running smoothly. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I'm Boomer Esiason. My mom died from cancer. She was only 37 years old. She didn't have life insurance, and that was devastating for my family. That's why having life insurance is so important to me. Ethos makes it fast and easy. Get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. You can get up to $3 million in coverage with no medical exam.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Minor League Baseball is in full swing at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium as the Palm Beach Cardinals take the field on opening weekend, Thursday, April 2nd through Saturday, April 4th. Opening night features a Hawaiian shirt giveaway to the first 500 fans, and Saturday, April 4th, is the debut of the Palm Beach Frozen Iguanas, Minor League Baseball's coldest alternate identity, presented by Iggy Trap. To purchase tickets and find out more information, go to RogerDeanChevroletStadium.com.
So let it rip.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
Of all the rule changes that came out of Phoenix, the one that is baffling to me, for reasons that won't be clear at first, is that the NFL now requires full-time mental health professionals at every team facility. And I'm baffled because I thought this would have already been happening. Like, how are you the one of the most powerful entities in America, and it's 32 teams, super rich? You propose that you care about your players so vividly and so outwardly, and It's 2026, and you're just now making it a rule that every team has to have a full-time mental health professional at the team facilities. That is, I wonder what the final straw was. I mean, we've had years and years of this. It's pretty interesting. We're theoretically speaking here on a Wednesday. Kay Chumsden on the other side of the glass on the ones and the twos. And it's time now for your favorite Wednesday segment where Evan Cohen pulls up.
Because 4 hours a day just isn't enough. The Don of ESPN West Palm checks in from the mothership to share an awkward interaction, make an obscure rap reference, and raise awareness of Heat culture. From the Evan Cohen Memorial Studios, it's more Evan Cohen on ESPN 106.3.
Yeah, the Philadelphia Eagles could sure use a therapist for the 18th offseason in a row. Evan, how are you on this Wednesday afternoon?
Great, and you?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good. I really did think that when I saw the headline this morning, and I'm anti-April Fool's Day at this point. I'm not a guy that can support that, especially in this day and age where we're getting misinformation on every platform we jump on. We don't need more of it. We don't need a day for it anymore. I thought when I saw the headline about the Eagles having another more issues in the locker room, it might have been April Fool's, but nope. Just another conflict boiling up. So it's another offseason in Philadelphia. Nothing new here.
Well, and it's interesting because I think that people speculated, does that have anything to do previously, like during the season, was there a Jalen Hurts problem? And I always fought that off because I love Jalen Hurts. I think it's just like they have a bunch of people that have been insanely successful together that no longer see eye to eye, or maybe they didn't see eye to eye. And because they won while not seeing eye to eye, it masked all the problems.
Yeah.
Right? And then the moment that they didn't win as much, okay, well, all the problems then can't be masked anymore.
Well, you know what's
I don't
funny?
know. Like, you look at today as new news, or do you? I mean, it is, I guess, but I guess maybe it's more of a different angle of the news. Is that maybe a better way of saying it with Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown, et cetera?
My biggest issue is that this article has like the anonymous sources of people talking specifically about some of the things that sparked the issues. But then also, you know what's funny about this? The one common thread every time we have new news about the conflicts within Philadelphia, never a defensive problem. Not once have we heard anybody on the defensive side of the ball have any kind of internal conflict or issues. It's always the offensive side. And I know he's not the play caller, but Nick Sirianni comes from an offensive background. At some point, I need him to get a hold of this stuff.
Yeah, that's interesting. I was wondering where you were going with that because it's a good observation. But the head coach, in theory, is responsible for all three phases, right? So is Sirianni 2-1? Like, he's good. I mean, I don't know. How do you look at that? He is a Super Bowl winning coach. If you look at his, and he's been to another one, if you look at his numbers as a head coach, utterly insane how good they are.
Yeah.
Like, ridiculous first 5 or 6 years, whatever it is, just numerically. But you're right. Offense was his side of the ball. They have had multiple offensive coordinators. And with a situation like that, they're going to continue to have multiple offensive coordinators for this reason. If they're really good, whoever that person is going to get a lot of credit because of what said about Sirianni, where maybe they don't believe in him. But that guy, like Kellen Moore previously, is going to be a head coach. And if they're not really good, that guy is going to get fired. So it's like that's why I thought they should have done, and they didn't do it, what the Patriots did, which was hire an offensive coordinator who everyone knew was a great offensive coordinator who could never be hired as a head coach. It's why Josh McDaniels, because he's already had those stints and nobody's going to hire him. It's why I thought they should have hired their old offensive coordinator, Frank Reich, who's a multi-time head coach in the league, and no one's going to hire him as a head coach. So he has some staying power to maybe try to fix this thing in Philadelphia. Because in your dream world, if Jalen Hurts is your quarterback and A.J. Brown is your number one wide receiver, in a dream world, forget money or relationships, you'd like to have them for the next 5 years, would you not?
Yeah. Yeah.
And if they can't get along or they can't see eye to eye in terms of the system, et cetera, well, you're not going to have them.
I would say also, I mean, that's a solution, right? You can hire an offensive coordinator that won't up and leave you. What about the guy that comes from an offensive background who got that job based on his job, his duties as an offensive coordinator? What about that guy stepping up and saying, I'll be the play caller so I can keep this thing, I can keep this system going year over year. I'll take the accountability for what the offense looks like. We don't have to go from the 24th best offense under Kellen Moore to the.
But if you're not allowed, that's like you saying to Stephanie Prince, the market manager for ESPN West Palm, who's been that way for a long time and been insanely successful at that, right? Stephanie, I got this. Don't worry about the sales and marketing side. And then she's like, what? You're the host of a show. What do you mean don't worry about the sales and marketing side? I'm going to now give that to you? Now, you may be qualified to do that, but that doesn't mean that she's going to give it to you, right? Just because the offense coordinator would walk in at Sirianni and be like, I got this, that doesn't mean that person's going to get it, right?
Well, I was more so saying Sirianni step up and be the offensive play caller.
Oh,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm
so
saying
like Stephanie hosting your show.
Yeah, yeah. If Stephanie was like, man, things around ESPN West Palm have really been a drag. It's really been a dud, and it starts at 2:00. I'm going to see what happens if I can host, theoretically speaking, and going forward. At least at that point, though, Evan, and I'm not saying this would solve the Eagles' issues. At least at that point, we can finally hold him accountable for the side of the ball that tends to also align with their valleys and their mountains, right? Like,
well, then maybe that's why he doesn't do that. And maybe that's why that Stephanie hasn't replaced you as host of this show. Blame you if it goes wrong. I like it.
You know what? It is step
Stephanie
one.
is a very good on-air personality. She's insanely memorable on the air. I was on the air with her for years. She was too memorable, some would say, and then we had to alter things because she was a little too memorable. Let's just use it that way.
Yeah. Well, I'll leave it that way. So in the name of, like Nick Sirianni is doing, job preservation, I will leave it right. I will leave it right there as well. Evan Cohen joining us from Unsportsmanlike 6 to 10 a.m. with Chris Canty and Michelle Smallman. It is a Wednesday. It is also we're 5 hours out from tip off. The Miami Heat are going to be playing those Boston Celtics, and it looks like both teams should be near full strength. Which is bad news for the Heat. Yeah.
I mean, I'm being serious. It's unbelievable. The more they have, the worse they are. The less they have, the better they are. It makes no sense. It's going
to be on national TV, too.
They're so frustrating. I know the Philly game was great, but they're so frustrating on so many levels. And I think I have a new take. I don't know if you're ready for this. Are you ready for this?
I'm rocking.
You know what I think the starting lineup should be? Okay. I've decided I think this is the starting lineup that I would put out there if I were the Heat and I had no emotion. And I just said, what am I going to get the best out of? Where's everybody going to be in their best roles? My starting lineup would be Davion Mitchell, Pella Larson, Andrew Wiggins, Bam Adebayo, and Khalil Ware. I've decided I don't think I would start Norm nor Tyler.
Tyler just had a 30 ball.
This is not a knock. I'm going to bring such energy off the bench with Norm, Tyler, and Jaime, and I'm just going to outscore everyone so I'm going to beat them up with that starting lineup, right? Because all those guys are physical. And then when the other team's starting to get tired, if they're going to keep their starters in, I'm bringing in the energy. Or if they're going to put in the backups, I've got 2 All-Stars and a 6th man of the year potentially in Jaime coming off the bench to just run and run and run. That's what I think I would do at this point.
Well, honestly, it's not a bad idea for a zag, and knowing this Heat team, maybe that's what Spo goes to in the play-in, just so they can win just enough games to ensure they have the 8 or the 7 seed. I guess it would have to be the 8 seed at this point, and then get swept in the first round. But
this is the thing. You know what's funny about what you just said?
Yeah.
There's a lot of people are like, oh, they're still alive for the 5 seed. I don't want the 5 seed. You think I want the Cavs again in the first round? No chance. No chance.
Yeah.
I'd much rather the Pistons or the Celtics or the Knicks at this point, honestly.
I'm still on board for I'd much rather a lottery pick, but again, I guess at this point,
I think you're probably going to be right, and we're going to probably look back. See, last season you understood initially the purpose, right? The purpose initially last year was, let's see if Jimmy comes in the way that Dwayne would have come in, motivated to get another deal with Miami because he says he's a lifer. Well, that didn't happen, right? So you thought maybe Jimmy was going to have his best regular season. God, I can't believe that was only last year.
Crazy.
His best regular season and lead them to a place that he's led them to before times 2, right? That you thought maybe that was going to happen. That season had a purpose. If this season results in a first-round playoff loss or a pick 13 or 14 of the lottery, we're going to look back at this and ask the question, what was the purpose of this year? And the reason I say that is because you can't definitively say they're going to build around Khalil, and you can't definitively say they're going to build around Yashakonis, right?
Yeah.
Like, Jaime had a bounce back year. That's nice. He's been great. You're going to then say also, what's the purpose and what exactly are you getting for what you're paying for here? Like, is there a worse contract in the NBA than Jovic right now? I mean, he doesn't even play. Myron Gardner is used more than he is.
Yeah, well, and a lot of times he's banged up. Sometimes I don't know if it's that he's hurt or is that he's just not cracking the rotation with Nikola Jovic. But I'm sure there's worse contracts in the league, including one of them on the Heat's roster that is, that has bigger issues on his hands, more than whether or not he's going to have PT during the Heat's outing. So I don't.
Who do you think is a worse contract in Miami than Jovic?
Well, I mean, Terry Rozier still would be.
He's done at the end of the season. I'm not worried about that.
Oh, I guess you're worried about that. I'm just saying, bang for buck, at least Jovic could potentially play and create some value on his contract.
Has he played more than Terry this year?
Yes,
Like, are we sure about that?
Impact-wise, I'm not sure, but play minutes.
The comp for Jovic this year is Terry Rozier. That's what you just did.
That's crazy.
Think about that. You just made my point.
Yeah.
You just made my point.
It's not a fun time right now to be a Miami Heat fan. It is a fun time right now to be a sports fan because we are in the month of April, and it feels like every sport gets a little turn. Every sport has a peak in this month. I was looking at some of the things. I mean, you have the Final Four in the national championships in both the women's and men's college basketball. You're going to have the Masters tournament, despite there being no Tiger Woods here when it comes to golf and all of the golf heads out here in Palm Beach County and the Treasure Coast. Baseball is underway, and it's the time of year in baseball where all fans can have hope. The Marlins have a winning record. My Astros are 4-2. Like, this is a month that's jam-packed with a lot of action, and you're going to get the start of the Stanley Cup playoffs and the NBA playoffs. Evan, can you think of a better month, a more complete month for sports fans?
You know, it's funny. You didn't even mention the single biggest event that takes place in April, believe it or not.
You know what? Are you going to be there this year?
I will.
The NFL draft in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
NFL draft. Think about what you just said. All of these events, and none of them compare to the NFL draft in terms of conversation and hype. None of them. None of them.
Have you cooked up a mock draft yet, Evan? Have you dipped your toe in the mock draft scene?
I have not done it yet, but I just think that'll be interesting to see in terms of Tiger not being in the Masters obviously hurts the buzz around it. If Tiger was in it, then there would be a chance that the buzz would have been greater than or equal to the NFL draft. But the NFL draft is going to be way greater in terms of buzz and hype than anything. I mean, baseball is early. Obviously, you had opening day already. You know, Masters obviously is big, but not as big without Tiger in it. And then the NBA playoffs is just starting, and there could be blowouts in the first rounds, but the good ones will probably last until May. I think the NFL draft is still by far the biggest thing. I mean, I saw an interview the other day, and I think he actually said this with us. Mike Rapoli, who's a billionaire businessman, he owns the UFL, the United Football League that is the spring football league. And somebody asked him, why did you buy this? Like, what did you see in terms of opportunity? He goes, well, the NFL is the number one sport in the country. College football is the number 2 sport in the country. And I saw how many people consume the NFL draft, and that's just on the television side, at 15 million. Because that's bigger than Game 7s in other sports. Think about that. The NFL draft, in theory, is as big or bigger than Game 7s in the NBA, NHL, and Major League Baseball.
I mean, it's not wrong. It honestly is the behemoth that the NFL has come to be. And I think the one thing, though, around the NFL that I would like to see potential, I don't want to say I would like to see improve because they're doing most all things right. But one thing that I would prefer to see improve is the way in which they really enact the quote unquote care that they have for these players, mental health, well-being, and also their way in which they penalize these guys that keep getting in trouble around, hurting children and women. I love, and I got into this thought process yesterday. I do love the fact that we do have the NFL posing itself as the land of second chances. But I also start to hate sometimes when I see some of the headlines around some of these guys that continue to get more contracts. As you look at the quarterback battle in Cleveland, as you look at the issues that we keep having with receivers in Kansas City.
Let's just make sure we're clear on that.
Well, yeah, I know.
Shador is nothing to do with that.
I
right?
know. I'm just.
No, I don't want somebody to, because you say QB battle. I don't want somebody to think Shador is what you're talking about, because he ain't what you're talking
the
about.
The fact that this guy's in a QB battle right now, we're seriously talking about Deshaun Watson.
QB battle. I'm going to tell you something. I know Mike Tannenbaum said today and on Sportsmanlike, and I was not on, but said today that he'd be shocked if Deshaun was the starter. I think Deshaun's going to be the starter day one.
Yeah. Too much money, right?
By the way, you really want to go here? Here, let's go here. One of the most celebrated people in the NFL is somebody that we just ignore everything that's been said. Now, maybe I'm wrong to bring this up. I'm not accusing him. I'm not looking for this to go viral or anything like that. There is a person that I believe was the number one pick in the 2015 NFL draft that has now been hired to broadcast other sports, that has had accusations against him, and is one of the biggest busts we've ever seen, and yet no one talks about him as a bust, and no one talks about him relative to some of the off-the-field stuff.
This is
Why
true.
is that? Because Jameis is funny?
Yeah, I mean, that is true.
Russell Wilson got hated on more last year with the Giants than Jameis Winston. Why is that exactly?
I think the biggest
because
part.
He's a good guy and cares for people and cares for a stepson that is not by birth his, but he cares for him as if it was. And I'm not trying to get into that.
Yeah.
Like, Russell Wilson gets destroyed by people because they think he's something. And you know what he is? He's a religious, kind man who loves his wife and kids. And those that were friends with him years ago may not be friends with him as much now, who's never heard a fly.
I know, but has he ever ate a W on camera, though? That's the thing. Like, is you not?
Well, exactly the point. Thank you.
Evan Cohen joining us here from Unsportsmanlike, talking about the pros and the cons of the biggest league in all of sports, the NFL, joining us here on a Wednesday. I do have a question for you, and this is more of a challenge. I would love to compete with you in an NFL draft mock-off. I would love to see which one of us can predict the first round the best at some point. You have a couple of weeks to accept my invitation for this, but
can I outsource this?
No, absolutely not.
No, listen to me. No, you're gonna I'm not outsourcing it to Mel Kiper.
Okay, I was about to say, yeah.
I would like to outsource this to someone who every single year posts his mock draft on social media, which usually gets about 3 views, and of the 32 picks, 29 of them are usually wrong. I would like to outsource this to ESPN West Palm teammate Jeremy Marks Peltz, and I will let him do mine with the goal of you destroying us.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I welcome that. I actually welcome that. I appreciate that, and I can celebrate my premature victory then.
Outsourcing mine. So now this is like a 7-way double whammy, which is, I don't know what that even means, but you get what I'm saying. So if you win, then you get bragging rights over me because I chose to outsource it. And then I get to destroy JMP because he thinks he's a mock draft expert. So, there's a lot of ways we all can win with this. And the entire ESPN West Palm community, fans, partners, teammates everywhere in Palm Beach County, people that know and love JMP, he claims to be this mock draft guy. We can now pummel him if you just show up on a random Tuesday, Wednesday, do a mock draft. And he sent me an email the other day that was so long about Ty Simpson versus Mendoza that I literally said, I can't read all this. I'm putting it into ChatGPT for a recap because it was too long. This guy studies this stuff. This guy is on top of this stuff. I am officially, for theoretically speaking, outsourcing my mock draft competition to one Jeremy Marks Peltz. Now, I will look it over with him. This is a combined effort.
Okay.
How about this? Would you like a tag team partner on this?
I would
go 2-on-2.
Yes, I would love a tag team partner. Do I get to choose my tag team partner?
As long as you can't choose like Tannenbaum. You can't choose you can't choose someone that has football experience in that regard.
Okay. I'm gonna have to think.
You have to choose it now.
Choose it now.
Choose it now.
I'm thinking it's either between Tina or Kate Chumsland. I'm looking at Cade.
Well,
I'm looking at Cade. Is he
guess that
confident?
Cade knows a little bit more.
Cade, are you with me right here?
Cade
I'm so
may
down.
only be focused on the Texans pick.
Yeah, no,
So that could be a problem.
Oh, that's not even going to happen. I've heard stuff that we're going to trade out of the first round again, so I don't need to worry about that one.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't realize you were on the team.
Yeah.
Interesting. Oh, interesting. Okay. What position do you play, Cade? I didn't realize that. I thought you were a digital content and a producer. I didn't realize you were on the actual team. That's interesting. Cade goes for the Texans. You know what?
I'm the same position on the Texans as Theo is on the Astros.
Well, there you go. And my Astros are tied up to the with the Red Sox, so we're doing good right now.
You know what? Okay. Here's the thing. Now it's on because Cade is talking cocky. JMP talks cocky. Theo initiated the competition.
Yeah.
I initiated the tag team partnership. So there we go. 2-on-2. The mock-off between the four of us.
Let's do it. Let's ride out on that. And what might I say?
Theoretically speaking, mock-off.
Might I say, Evan, very Nick Sirianni of you to outsource your play calling there. This goes full circle
Wait, Theo, are you off at any point soon? Because I'd like Stephanie to fill in for you.
Yeah,
really go full circle on this. What do you think?
You know what? Stephanie and Tina in the happy hour actually might be radio gold. So we might be on to something.
Stephanie did a 2-hour show years ago. She gets done with as the lead host. She gets done with the first segment. She's out of breath. And she's like, I can't do this for another 2 hours. This is too much. This is hard. And the thing is, she was really good. She destroyed LeBron.
Of course, I knew that.
Well, no, here's the thing. She had a great angle because there was something about LeBron. What was it? I think when he left the Heat, then wearing 23 again with the Cavs, and he was claiming that it wasn't for Michael Jordan or something like that, when it was so obvious that he loves 23 because of MJ, but doesn't want to admit it. And he comes on the air that day, Stephanie Prince, and pummels him with great point after great point. And I was there. And I'm like, damn, I don't think I could have done this well. And I think she was like banging calls on it, but she was exhausted after the first segment of the show. People think this is a joke, what we do. And I'm not saying it's not, but it's a difficult joke.
It is. It is a very difficult joke. And I will say the only person in this office that I've seen match the volume, vigor, and sometimes like bordering on abrasiveness of what we hear from Russo and Rizzo on a daily basis is Steph Prince when you get her into a LeBron conversation. She goes crazy.
Look out. Yeah.
She goes ham.
She goes crazy. And anytime I have anytime I see anything LeBron related that could annoy her, I send it to her immediately.
Got to do it. Got to do it.
And now she's going to fill in for you. I like it. We're on to something here.
I can appreciate that. Evan, man, I appreciate you joining us on this Wednesday. Looking forward to our theoretically speaking NFL mock draft off or mock off. We got to come up with a good name. And you and JMP are going down.
You're probably right because he usually gets every pick wrong. I feels the need to put it out there. Seriously, and I'll leave you in a second. When you're done with the show today, walk over to him if he's in the office and say, let me see your previous tweets on this, and you will die of laughter. He puts it out as if like everyone in the world is waiting for it.
I got to see this now. I got to see just how bad it is because you're making it sound like it's like a crapshoot that he's throwing out there. I got to see what this looks like.
So smart and so good at like watching film and gets so many of these wrong.
That's what, being a radio host kind of hard. Being a GM also kind of hard is what we're learning through this process. Evan, appreciate your time, man. We'll tap in with you next week.
All right, guys. Thanks.
That is Evan Cohen from Unsportsmanlike, 6 to 10 a.m. every weekday to start your sports talking pleasures here on ESPN 106.3 alongside the Super Bowl champ Chris Canty and Michelle Smallman. And he joins us on Wednesdays. Always a good time. And now we have a battle ahead of us. The Astros in the midst of a battle. I'm going to have to check in and see how in the world the Red Sox tie things up here in a second in the break here. And on the other side, we're going to get to that get around. Kate Chumsland's in. Thanks to Evan Cohen for pulling up and dropping some game. I'm Theo Dorsey. We're theoretically speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
If you want to get stronger, fitter, and healthier, and you want the accountability that actually works, try F45 West Palm Beach. Every workout is just 45 minutes, but the impact lasts all week. That's better energy, better confidence, and better overall performance. Whether you're brand new to fitness or chasing your next personal record, F45 West Palm Beach has you covered. Follow us on Instagram at F45 West Palm Beach for all the studio updates, specials, and deals. It's F45, team training, life-changing.
Hey, ref, time out, man. All right, team, we're only down by 5. We can still win this. Grab some water and get back out there. Whoa, not that water. You need Culligan water. With a free water test and advanced reverse osmosis purification system, Culligan helps reduce contaminants, delivering cleaner, safer, better tasting water. Enjoy 12 months interest-free. Schedule your free test today at Culligan.com. Serving all of South Florida, residential or commercial.
Hey, Culligan man!
Need an extra boost? With Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union, you can earn up to $700 each year with a 7.0% annual percentage yield on balances up to $10,000. That's real money for real moments, like a family getaway or treating yourself to something special. Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union. Requirements apply to earn the highest dividend rates. Limit 1 checking account per membership. Dividend rates and annual percentage yield subject to change. Business accounts do not qualify. Insured by NCUA, official credit union of Florida Atlantic Athletics.
Whether you need batteries, tires, or services, we know you depend on your vehicle. You can depend on St. Lucie Battery and Tire. With the largest inventories, expert technicians, and the best price out the door every day guaranteed, you'll drive away with confidence. Life doesn't stop, and neither should your car. St. Lucie Battery and Tire is here for you. Our experts keep your vehicle ready with batteries, tires, and service you can trust. Fast, friendly, and always reliable.
Today's tax tip is brought to you by Anshin Accountants and Advisors with George Teixeira, partner and practice leader of Anshin's Financial Services Group.
When launching a private investment fund, proper structuring could mean the difference between high tax bills and smart tax savings. The new One Big Beautiful Bill Act permanently extends the 20% deduction on qualified business income, makes favorable changes to exclusions of gains of qualified small business stock, and brings back full expensing on capital investments. For fund managers, this means new opportunities to reduce taxable income and improve cash flow. At Anshin, a partner-owned firm since 1923, we specialize in building tax-efficient structures that help funds and their investors make the right decisions today for greater success tomorrow. If you are launching a fund in this new environment, let Anshin deliver value where others can't.
For more tax tips from Anshin, visit Anshin.com. That's ANCHIN.com. Anshin Accountants and Advisors, helping you recalculate what's possible.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Trans World Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
College basketball is heating up and the tournament is here. Don't let your home get caught off guard. Get game ready now with EDS Air Conditioning. EDS Air Conditioning is a trained comfort specialist. It's hard to stop a train. Right now, qualified customers can get 0% interest for 60 months on a brand new AC. Hot streaks belong on the court, not in your living room. With over 800 Google reviews and a 4.8 star rating, EDS has been the trusted MVP since 2006. Visit EDSIsYes.com today.
God knows I am reincarnated. I was stargazing. Life goes on. I need all my babies.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
I've got a feeling the Dolphins are going to have the worst record they've had since 2007, yet the most successful season they've had in over a decade. And I'll explain. We're going to hear from Jeff Hafley, who spoke at the owners' meetings out in Phoenix this week. But, you know, like we've been talking about how robust the month of April is when it comes to sporting events, when it comes to sports fandom. And, of course, if you're a sports fan, you got to find a place to watch all of these things going on at once. Duffy Sports Grill, the place to be. 80 or more television screens in every single location. Plus, for the next 5 days through April 6th, if you love the St. Patrick's Day celebration at Duffy's Sports Grill, well, they still got the Duffy's Taste of Ireland celebration going on, the special menu all the way through April 6th. That means house-made shepherd's pie with rich Guinness gravy, the Irish potato skins loaded with corned beef, a mouth-watering Reuben burger piled high with shaved corned beef and Swiss, and you can't forget about the dessert. Got that sweet tooth. Need a little something sweet. The Shamrock Pie with chocolate mint ice cream and Oreo cookie crust. And you already know the local Duffy's is the place to catch all the madness going down this weekend. The limited courtside menu has the Slam Dunk Tots, the Double Smash Burger with 2 quarter-pound Angus beef patties, and you can get the Guinness barbecue glazed jumbo wings. Mouth-watering just thinking about it. Find your local Duffy's at duffysmvp.com. Sign up to be a rewards member, an MVP. And remember, Duffy's, our game is always on. The Dolphins, it's not that they've been a poor franchise when it comes to winning. If you look at the past few records of these Flores and McDaniels coach teams, I mean, teams like the Jets and the Browns would die for this. 2020, 10-6. 2021, 9-8. First year under McDaniel in 22, 9-8. Second year, 11-6. Both of those are playoff games where you lose in the wild card. One of them without your starting quarterback. And then he wrapped up his tenure going 8-9 and 7-10. Not necessarily the level of incompetence that people would generally pair with the Dolphins. Those are pretty solid numbers for records. Dolphins going to be bad this year. I'll rip the Band-Aid off for you right now. It's not going to look good when it comes to wins and losses. But based on what I've been hearing from Jeff Hafley and the direction that they've been going with this offseason, offloading all of the talent, picking up draft picks, looking to set a new culture, I'm confident this is going to feel like the most successful season in a long time. Take a listen to Hafley at the owners' meetings.
It's going to be a shared vision, and then my job and our job as coaches is to hold them to that. Because if you're telling me you want to be up here and be this great, okay, well, this is what we're going to do. We're going to sit down and have that conversation, and then don't get mad at me when it's 110 degrees and you don't feel like doing it anymore. I'm going to make you do it because you told me when you were comfortable in this meeting room in air conditioning that that's what you wanted, and I'm going to remind you of that. And I think that's a really good example is tell me how great you want to be, tell me what your goals are. I'm going to do everything in my power, so you better be on time or then you're full of it. That's not what you want. And then be very direct and honest with the players and don't give them any gray area. And I think the players, all the great ones that I've been around, they respect that. And it's not like a demeaning thing at all. It's I'm going to be demanding and I'm not going to demean them.
I like what he's saying there because, and it is probably very telling as to why it also felt like they had to clean house with most of the stars and why they felt the need to even at the end of the day get value from Jalen Waddle and move on. They want a blank canvas. They want to start from scratch. John Eric Sullivan and Jeff Hafley coming from the Green Bay Packers. They are cool with ripping it to the studs because they feel like there was a culture issue and a lack of accountability being instilled into the players in that locker room. Mario Cristobal always talks about how you do anything is how you do everything. Us as human beings are habitual, and it feels like bad habits have seeped into the Miami Dolphins. Right or wrong, that's the outside looking in. Players say it when they leave, and Hafley is obviously using this as a talking point as somebody who has been in Miami for a couple of months now at least and has gotten a feel for through the front office, through ownership, through the fans, and through the players that have been retained, has gotten a feel for how things were going down before he got there. So it's not me saying this. It's everything around the Dolphins situation saying this. But when I hear that and I look at the actions of the Dolphins and I look at the guy they went and got, Malik Willis, who by all accounts is a great locker room guy, a good leader, a good overall dude who they would want to start helping them set things in the right motion. I feel confident this is going to be a successful season. And even if you end up picking in the top 5, top 7 because of it, that is more so by design and not by happenstance. Whereas the Dolphins have been floating in purgatory for the past 7 or 8 years, giving fans hope of playoff success, but still continuously year after year adding on to the most embarrassing record in all of major sports right now, and that is they are the only franchise. They have the longest streak of no playoff wins dating back to the year 2000. Most of the players on the Dolphins weren't even born. So Hafley's bringing some continuity. Hafley's bringing some accountability into that locker room, and he's going to hold players to the standard that they say they want to be held at. We'll see how that works out. Tina's going to join us on the other side. I also wanted to address something on the back end of that sounded like a veiled shot at Mike McDaniel. Maybe we'll get to that with Tina. And she is coming through today, and we're going to be doing a little midday midterms. Ballpark Eats, Kate Chumsland, one of the more essential things that one of the more essential baseball traditions that doesn't get talked about enough. There's one specific delectable treat that's being served out there in the Bronx that we had to throw in there to discuss today. So we're going to get to that and more on the other side. That is Kate Chumsland. I'm Theo Dorsey. We're Theoretically Speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 106.3.
Hi, it's Evan Cohen, and I absolutely clock airport boarding discipline. If you're holding a Group 8 pass and positioning yourself like you're Group 2, we all notice. The system works. ESPN 106.3 believes in fundamentals. Trust the process.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
The Unlimited Auto Wash Clubs with 6 locations, perfect for an occasional wash, or enjoy unlimited inside and out washes starting at just $49.95 a month. UnlimitedAutoWashClub.com. Call 561-WASH-ME-TOO.
Ready to dance? Right now on Hard Rock Bet, new customers get paid double winnings on your first 10 bets, and we'll keep you dancing all tourney with 2 profit boosts for every day of hoops. That's right, all customers can get a parlay profit boost and a live bet profit boost from now till they cut down the nets. Double winnings, daily dancing boosts, only on Hard Rock Bet.
Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about your gambling? Call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
Experience the magic of the tournament in Augusta at the Trust Bridge Tee-Off. An immersive watch party and high-tech golf experience at the SoFi TGL Center. On April 11th, step into the action and watch every drive and putt on massive broadcast screens while competing in interactive TGL challenges. For a limited time, buy one ticket and get one free. Enjoy theme dining, explore vendor row, and support the Trust Bridge Hospice Foundation in providing compassionate care. Get the best seats outside Augusta. Visit trustbridge.com.
Whether you need batteries, tires, or services, we know you depend on your vehicle. You can depend on St. Lucie Battery and Tire. With the largest inventories, expert technicians, and the best price out the door every day guaranteed, you'll drive away with confidence. Life doesn't stop, and neither should your car. St. Lucie Battery and Tire is here for you. Our experts keep your vehicle ready with batteries, tires, and service you can trust. Fast, friendly, and always reliable.
Want to accelerate your career as a manager or executive in the exciting industry of sports? Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program is ranked #1 in Florida and 10th in the world. Students learn practical and applied skills from top faculty and experts who work in the industry. With a 94% placement rate for all grads, the full-time MBA program sets students up for success in the world of sports. Check out Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program today by going to business.fau.edu.
Ready to take on any terrain? The all-new 2026 Defender 110 P300S is here. Built for those who crave adventure without compromising on luxury. Lease the powerful 2026 Defender 110 P300S for just $899 per month for 36 months. Whether you're tackling the toughest roads or cruising the city, the Defender is ready for it all. Don't wait. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and experience the Defender like never before. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
College basketball is heating up, and the tournament is here. Don't let your home get caught off guard. Get game ready now with EDS Air Conditioning. EDS Air Conditioning is a trained comfort specialist. It's hard to stop a train. Right now, qualified customers can get 0% interest for 60 months on a brand new AC. Hot streaks belong on the court, not in your living room. With over 800 Google reviews and a 4.8 star rating, EDS has been the trusted MVP since 2006. Visit EDSIsYes.com today.
Anajar and Levine.
Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
ESPN 1063.
WESP Jupiter, a Good Karma Brands radio station. Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios.
The man your man could smell.
Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking.
But are you a different animal and the same beast?
Streaming live on YouTube.
You're gonna break up with me because of what I do on the radio?
Here's Theo Dorsey.
Good people. It is your boy Theo Dorsey. It is Wednesday, April the 1st. We are theoretically speaking right here on ESPN 106.3, and we're rocking and rolling. Kay Chumsley's on the other side of the glass on the ones and twos. Tina Costanza is in the house. And also, we're going to bring to you that cocktail of the day. We just had Evan. That was a good time. Evan Cohen pulled up on us on the other side. Touched on a lot there. If you want to watch that back, wherever you find your podcast, theoretically speaking, as well as you can go back on YouTube at ESPN South Florida. And come and kick it with us, man. It's going to be a fun happy hour here. Tina, you were just talking about my hometown, the great city of Houston, Texas, Space City.
Yes, I was at F45. This was yesterday. I forgot to tell you. And one of the veteran members who's in the group chat that I'm not in.
I like that you call them veteran.
Because they are. Like, we've been there for a while.
Yes.
Like, and we all
The
go to
vets.
515. The vet who's in the group chat that I'm not in. He
Still not in the group.
He actually traveled to Cleveland a few weeks ago, and I had told him how I was going to Cleveland, and then I asked him, like, I was like, oh, how was your Cleveland trip? And then he decided to tell me, he's like, I went to the Astros ballpark. He's like, it was amazing.
In Houston?
In Houston.
Okay. I'm like, you asked about his Cleveland trip, and how did he get to Houston?
Cleveland, and then he brought that up.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry, yes, I should explain that better.
I was
But
like,
we were
wait,
talking
what?
about Cleveland, and like, he knows about ESPN's Palm on the radio, all this stuff. So that's when he brought up Astros. Oh, I asked about, I go, oh, did you go to like where the Guardians play? All that stuff.
Yeah.
And he was like, no, but I just went to Astros and it was amazing. And he said
Yeah.
all these great things about the ballpark.
Minute Maid Park, and I shouldn't call it that so confidently because there's a chance they've changed it when I wasn't paying attention. But what was called Minute Maid Park all of my life, where the Houston Astros plays, is so perfectly placed in like right on the border of East Downtown in Houston. We call it Edo. And there's so many like little restaurants and bars and walkable things. Like Houston's downtown ain't necessarily the hot spot to go out at and to kick it at as much. Main Street ain't jumping like they would want it to be. But Edo actually does have a lot of nice like hole-in-the-wall bars, nice, mom and pop type restaurants and some clubs and some action over there. And I believe where Minute Maid Park is situated, it's perfect. If you want to do a little happy hour before a game, if you want to do a little something after a game. And then also, the Astros playing right now. It was a 2:00 first pitch. So Tina, as you know, I've been doing 2 Astros games per week. I am to call me a casual baseball fan would be a mockery of casual baseball fans. Before this season, I never was a regular season guy. This year, I'm taking on the fandom of watching at least 2 a week, and I'm enjoying it because, number one, it's free. My MLB.TV was free with my cell phone provider, which I found out last minute. And secondarily, it ties me to the city, man. So culturally, it feels good. It doesn't feel so good that the Red Sox have us knotted up right now at 2. But another thing I've noticed, this is my first time trying to like watch a game and do a show at the same time. Can't do it.
I don't know if you should do it.
Can't do it. Not good at it. Other people do it, and they're good at it, apparently. I can't do it.
What started this? Like, why did you decide I'm going to watch 2 games a week?
I found myself not criticizing, but I found myself talking down at baseball fans here and there.
Okay.
And I found myself, I'm the type of guy I like to try things. I like to give things an actual college try, as they say, try to actually put myself in people's shoes before I rush to judgment. And I've always just made fun of baseball fans. It was fun, honestly. Honestly, I did it just to ridicule them. 162 games. Why the hell do you care about this Wednesday afternoon slate?
So are you trying to now see why they care about this
trying to see.
Wednesday noon slate?
And you know what really sparked it too was that World Baseball Classic final.
Okay.
It's so much fun. The games are faster now, number one. The World Baseball Classic final, even though I went into it thinking I'll be rooting for America, Team Venezuela kind of stole my heart a little bit there with the electricity in the stands there. They took over Lone Depot. And also on top of that, the jubilation that they had when they won it and the party and the celebration around it, I'm like, I want some of that. I want to be a part of that. It does help, too, that the Houston Astros, over the past decade or so are at least relevant, if not winning World Series. So I want to enjoy the full journey with the Astros this year, from opening day with my guy Hunter Brown, mowing cats down, despite us losing, to hopefully what is a World Series title this year, as everybody hates them, as the villains of Major League Baseball. I want to experience it for myself, so I'm giving it a try. If 3 months in I don't like it, I'm done.
Does it also help that we have some teammates here, radio hosts,
yes,
that are also big baseball
yes,
fans?
I can understand some of the wacky things that they care about. When they get on here and they start complaining about decisions managers made in the 6th inning of a July game, like I start to doze off a little bit.
Yeah.
Start to fall asleep. No knock to them. I start to fall asleep a little bit. It doesn't really pique my interest. So at the very least, instead of me now 3 months after, if I do this for 3 months, Tina, okay, if I do this, and I'm like, yeah, it's not striking the core with me. It's not hitting. As a consumer, I ain't rocking with it enough. I'll go back to ridiculing them. I'll go back to laughing at them.
You don't get it.
For now, I'm rocking with my Stros. Plus, we on a 4-game win streak. I'm a front runner. Let's roll.
Now, you're also not necessarily watching these games for the purpose of dissecting the game.
No, I don't want to do that. This is supposed to be fun.
Yeah,
I'm a fan.
Okay, so you're going to have two different conclusions then, because one of them is going to be the enjoyment of actually watching it, and one's going to be the enjoyment of just having it on in the house.
Yeah.
Because my family has baseball on every single night, but only about 50 to 60% of the time are they actually sitting down to watch the game. Most of the time, my mom's just doing homework because she's a teacher, or my dad's doing something else on the computer, but then there's a game always on.
It's a good passive watch. That's another thing I've realized with baseball.
So you can't just go straight back to ridiculing them.
Yeah.
Because you have two different forms of watching the game.
Well, sometimes
just watch yourself. That's all I'm saying.
What do you mean? I can't criticize them?
You said you were going to go back to ridiculing them for watching it, but you're also realizing in your watching is that it's not like an NFL Sunday. It's not like a playoff game where you're sitting down and actually focused on the game. Baseball is completely different in the form of which it is displayed every single night for 162 games of a season.
It's kind of fun. It's kind of fun just to be along for the ride. Feel like I'm part of a community now. And then the best part about this, Tina? I think there's a lot of they don't want to be honest about it. There's a lot of baseball fans out there that kind of hate them doing it. They don't like it.
Really?
They don't like it. I think there's some baseball fans out there that's like, who's this guy trying to break in? Who's this guy trying to be a part of our sport? Who's this guy trying to tap in and call himself a fan? It's me. It's your boy, Theo.
They should love that. They should bring you in.
You are trying to be an Astros fan, okay? You're already putting yourself underneath a rock.
My squad, baby. That's the city. It's my hometown.
Keep telling yourself that.
It's my hometown. Why does everybody hate my guys? We stretched a couple of rules one time.
I know. I only know you as cheaters.
We banged a couple of who has not hit? Have you ever bumped into a trash can before, Tina? Yeah. Who amongst us has not banged a trash can? Kate.
Trying to cheat? Not me.
Who said we don't know what the intentions were? We don't necessarily know.
See, this is why people are hating on you, because
then
you then act oblivious
this
to
is
the
my
obvious
city.
cheating.
This is my city. We live in 2026. Nobody takes
literally
accountability
the
anymore.
only
Nobody
team
has shame anymore.
It's literally the only team you cheer for in Houston. You can't say it's your city when you don't
I like
cheer
the
for
Cougars.
another other.
I like the Houston Cougars. Kelvin Sampson's my guy.
That's a secondary team. We all know you're a Hurricanes fan. True and true.
That's fine. Still like them. I still cheer for them.
That's fine, but you can't call it your city when you don't cheer for a single other team in the city.
Houston Comets are coming back in 2027. I am going to watch the Connecticut Sun this year, just so I can familiarize myself with the roster that's coming to my city in 2027 in the WNBA. For those that don't know, Mr. Fertitta, Tillman Fertitta, owner of the Rockets, owner of the Toyota Center, just made the big purchase of the Connecticut Sun and he's bringing them back to the H. Pete. You know, I'm calling him Peter when I was a kid. Not 1, not 2, not 3. So I'm just saying, like, it is a great time to be a Houstonian, and y'all are hating.
I'm not hating.
Well, he's hating.
I am hating.
I think that's what it is. Maybe
I'm
that's
actively
what it is.
hating.
Yeah.
If I picked a different baseball team, would people give me less flack?
100%. 1,000%.
Astros ain't even that good no more.
They're on a 4-game. Shut up.
It's like, wait a second. I just got to say, shut up. How do you continue?
I'm not even continuing this conversation.
Crazy. Can we get a cocktail of the day, Tina?
Yes, we can.
It's like, I feel like y'all make it seem like I cheated. I just became a fan this year.
You're
You did
okay.
not.
You know what this
You
is?
wear the Astros jersey out to other baseball games.
But I wasn't watching.
I hate you.
I stopped. I used to only watch in the postseason. Now I'm watching regular. I am a fan right now. I cannot be held accountable for the things that happened in years past. Unless you're talking about the World Series titles, because I will brag about those. Yeah.
You'll take those. Today is April Fool's Day. Stupid.
Sucks. Nobody should be doing this. I saw Von Miller do something, and I'm sick to my stomach.
I almost got fooled this morning
Really?
by an Instagram post.
Okay,
there
do
was
tell
a
after.
lot of Instagram posts.
Give us the
almost got
cocktail
me.
first, and then tell us afterwards. I'm sick of it. Why are we doing this? Every day is April Fool's Day.
Today's cocktail is the Fool's Gold, which actually sounds kind of good. You've got bourbon. You got mezcal.
Oh.
Theo likes that mix. Fresh lemon juice, honey syrup, Angostura bitters, and a lemon peel to garnish. You would like this.
Yeah, I would love it.
You love the bourbon and the mezcal.
I've never blended bourbon with mezcal. I've never done anything. What else is in that?
Fresh lemon juice, honey syrup. I love honey.
Honey, yeah.
Angostura bitters, and a lemon peel to garnish.
I gotta try that.
Yeah, it sounds good.
I gotta try that. I might have to try to bake something up soon. That's pretty delectable there. The reason why I've switched, and I've told this story before, from I used to be a big brown guy, bourbon and whiskey, went to tequila because people said it was healthier, mezcal because it's a nice happy medium, it's smoky.
Yes.
But I did it to be healthy. And what do you do to be healthy, Tina?
I go to F45 Palm Beach Gardens.
That's right.
And I will tell you after this, but they're the ones who almost fooled me this morning. They're
doing April Fools?
They almost got me. But
I'm knocking on that door.
it's never a joke going to F45 Palm Beach Gardens. You get a great workout in. You're surrounded by people who are motivating you and encouraging you throughout the workout. You can pick a strength day, go a little slower, lift a little heavy. That's what I did this morning. Cardio day, hybrid day, a little bit of strength and cardio, whatever you want and whatever you like. You can go early in the morning, maybe like me at 5:15, become a vet, like the 5 of us already.
the vets.
Or maybe in the afternoon, later in the evening, F45 Palm Beach Gardens. Go check it out and see why I'm obsessed with it. Go on their Instagram pages, F45 Palm Beach Gardens. They almost got me this morning.
F45, one of their social media accounts, or somebody that goes to F45?
She got a new group chat notification and went, oh.
No. You know what's funny?
Oh, that's messed up.
Oh, wait. 2 things. This morning,
That's crazy.
the group chat, none of them were there today. And I wanted to text the one who I'm close with, like, did y'all plan to not come?
Wow.
But I didn't.
Has that ever happened where none of them showed at the same time? Because y'all are the vets. Y'all go every day.
You know what? I probably didn't notice it.
Yeah.
And now I'm just noticing it because I found out about the group text.
You're watching them now.
And so I'm like, none of them are here. Why?
You're clocking
Why
them
didn't no one
now.
let me
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
But this morning at 45, the Palm Beach Gardens location did an Instagram post, and it said silent disco, which, if you know what silent disco is, I love silent disco, actually.
Yeah.
Put on the headphones, pick your music, just dancing away in your own world. I don't have to talk to people. I love it.
Do you actually dance at a silent disco? Just curious.
I have. I've only done it.
Like, I'm just like,
I've only done it once.
okay.
And I was in a really fun atmosphere. I was actually in Jacksonville for the Packers-Saints game when it got moved because of the hurricane. So me and actually a few teammates went over who are big Packers fans, and we went to this really cool spot that we walked up, and there was silent disco going on. That was the first time I experienced it, and I'm like, this is so fun.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So the atmosphere itself, I was fine dancing.
Not a good
by
thing
myself.
for a single person, silent disco. It's
I
like
love-
you're single. I'm talking about like
I
if you're.
would love it.
I'm talking about if you're single and you're trying to like Mac. It's like
yeah,
everybody's
not a
got
great spot if you're trying to talk to people and meet people.
Yeah, like that's what I meant. Not
But I'm not doing that.
anything is a good spot. But I'm just thinking like if you're It just wouldn't really work out. It's like there's no communicating because everybody's got headphones on, but continue.
I love how Theo just says the first thing that pops into his head.
I wasn't thinking it because you said it. I'm thinking
It doesn't help that there's a window behind you, Tina, because he can just stare off and have no idea who he's talking to.
Just yapping. Okay, but back to the
silent
story.
disco. That's like what silent disco is. The
Yeah.
headphones for that. So they posted a graphic this morning that says silent disco. And it's like, we've listened and we brought it to the studios. No music, straight silence, all the grunts, and just in your own thoughts for a workout. I look at it, and music is a big thing for me in workouts. Like music can really make a workout amazing or like not so great.
Yeah.
I read this and I go, why would I sign up for this? Why would I sign up for this at 45? I don't want to hear the grunts of others or hear my own thoughts. And then it took like 5 minutes and it clicked. I go, oh my gosh, today's April Fool's Day.
Yeah.
There's no way they would do this.
Yeah.
Like they have like playlists that go with the workout classes. Like I don't know anyone who would be telling F45, like, I don't want music in my classes. I want to hear silence and grunts and just everyone huffing and puffing
I want to immerse
for
myself
45 minutes.
Theo,
in the onomatopoeia of it all.
We've solved it.
Talk to me.
We've solved the group chat problem. Because I think your friends thought it was legit.
Oh.
No, this was posted. So we worked out very early. I don't think they're working out at 4, like waking up and looking at Instagram at like 4:30 a.m.
Oh, but they didn't.
This was
they
posted
afterwards.
at like 9 a.m.
Okay.
Because I was about to say, you don't want to be associated with
the
those
silent
people.
disco class.
That's
yeah.
true. You know,
If that's the case.
That's actually like good, Cade. But I don't think the three of them I know aren't going on like Instagram probably and like seeing that. And when I saw
Okay.
the post, it was around 9 a.m.
Got it. So it would have been past. Okay,
Yes.
understood.
Well, here's the thing. Did we stumble upon a good idea here though for gyms? And not that we should do silent disco, but the one thing that I didn't realize happens at silent disco until I've actually went to one, and I think we call them different things. I don't think it's always called silent disco, but we'll say silent disco, is that you can choose from different playlists that are playing.
Yes, when I went, I had 3 options.
Yeah.
The headphones were different colors. It was like red, blue, or green.
Yeah.
And each color was like a different genre of music.
So you know how sometimes when you go to certain group classes, you're like, I don't necessarily prefer this person's music. I like this person's music, so I go to their classes. What if they had that optionality where you get headphones and you get to tap into 3 or 4 different playlists, but you get the same trainer?
That is a great
Good
idea.
idea.
Maybe what F45 can do
Yes.
is like take this April Fool's joke and actually turn it into like, hey, you can have some throwbacks.
Come on.
Some rock.
Yes.
Maybe and then some like hip hop.
Yes.
And you can
Some country.
You can pick what you want for your workout. And all you really have to do then, and maybe it's like somehow connected where like a mic or something is throughout like the headsets and like the coach could be like, again, like 10 seconds left and like the coach is still
you need
talking
something.
to you.
Yeah. You can make that work.
Yeah, you can figure that out.
It's AI. Audio, I'm sure AI could do something with that. That's what the robots are for.
That's not a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea. And also, if you're doing that in a class, like that also can help. Like you're gonna look around, you can see what people are. You're like, oh, you rock with that music too. That can also help spark conversations, community at F45. Like, hey, let's get on it. Let's get on it.
I love that. That was a fun
Spark
part
from April Fools.
of Silent Disco where the teammates I went with, like 2 of us had the same music and then the other 2 like had different music. And that was kind of like funny again, like, what are you listening to and moving like that? And like, oh, those people over there have like the same color and are listening to the same thing I am. So it's a little, I like Silent Disco.
It's cool.
I don't know if there's a spot in West Palm that does that. Or,
It's gotta be. It's gotta be. If anybody does know one, 888-760-3776. Hit us up on the Baptist Health Hotline. Is there a silent disco spot in West Palm or Palm Beach County? 888-760-3776. Are you a silent disco guy, Kate?
I've actually never tried it.
Got to check it out, dog.
And I'm not opposed to it, though.
Wait, I do actually know someone who has like a business that does this for like private parties and stuff.
Oh, they take it on the road.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, now,
You could do Silent Disco anywhere.
yeah, you just bring it to the crib.
I think Brian Rowitz, our director of marketing, that's me, director of content.
Good job. Good job, team.
I think he did that for one of his kids' party.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
I don't
like-
know if we could do that for a kid's party with silent disco.
You probably pick the songs though, or like the music. Maybe it's like playlists, like Kids Bop.
Kids are already too like individualistic these days, though, right? Do you want them all like sitting there listening to their own music in a room? You know how kids like, yeah, you do?
Break it down. Do whatever you want.
Talk to each other. Yell at each other.
Okay, well, that too, but it's a part of the birthday party.
Part
it's
of the
fun.
birthday
They're
party.
dancing.
I'm not. You're only defending this because Brian chose it. I'm criticizing it because Brian chose it. I want him to be mad at me barking at him. Yeah.
I think it's only bad for the parents who have to listen to kids singing different songs in the same
Probably
room because
bad.
they're not doing it silently.
Oh, yeah.
Probably bad.
They're doing it, and they're like, "What are you singing?"
Yeah.
Probably bad. The weirdest thing I have when it comes to like music, people have asked me like, "Oh, what music do you listen to when you work out?" And sadly, like over the past 3 or 4 years, I've diverted from music and I listen to podcasts when I work out.
That's not bad. I mentioned this on Friday with Gary that when I did my first half marathon, I listened to 2 podcasts and I was able to just like distract myself where I'm not even thinking about running and I'm listening and into the podcast.
Yeah.
So it was just a great distraction for me of like, oh, I have to run 13 miles.
Takes your mind off.
Yeah. That's not bad.
Yeah.
Those are solid.
People call me a maniac for listening to podcasts. I'm like, dude.
I found one thing you shouldn't listen to, and that's a comedy or comedian.
Yeah, that doesn't. Yeah, that's not. So yeah,
because I'm mid-set and I'm laughing at the joke and I can't get the weight.
You know what?
I'm losing my breath.
That is happened, Kay. That's a good point. That has happened to me, and not even necessarily just being, you're bench pressing and you're laughing and it could be dangerous for you, but you know how maniacal or like sinister or weird it looks when you're sitting there working out. You're sitting on a weight set or something like that at a local gym, and out of nowhere you just start laughing or chuckling to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody has.
Nobody. Yeah,
you're not around anybody. Like
it's happened a couple times, and I'm like laughing. I'm like, this is weird.
There's something funny on the ceiling there. Theo?
This is
what's
weird.
going on?
I look like a maniac. So yeah, that is the only downside to listening to a podcast or comedy during the workout. Other than that, it's fine. You know what else is a great time? To get around.
Get around.
Take a ride. Let's get grooving. Let's get in motion. Cade is the conductor of the Get Around today. Cade Chumsland, who's in on the other side of the glass on the ones and twos. It's Tina. It's Theo. We're rocking and rolling in the happy hour. We're going to start to get around it. You're the DD, Cade.
I'm the D. I'm okay. Sure.
Yeah, because it's the happy hour. So you're the designated driver. When the Get Around's in the happy hour, you're the designated driver.
I'm the conductor. I'm the conductor and the designated driver.
Yes, both.
Got it.
You're handling biz.
I'm on both sides of this Get Around. Here we go. We're headed all the way out to L.A. talking about discos, talking about partying. Well, I'll tell you what, the Lakers are partying, it seems like, every night. They won again last night against the Cleveland Cavaliers. Luka goes for 42 and 12. He's been on fire. In fact, they've been on fire the entire month of March. 15 and 2 for the month of March. It is the best record in the single month of March since Shaq and Kobe were both on the team. Stephen A. Smith actually admitted that the GOAT conversation, which he notoriously has said MJ for years, it could be in question if LeBron were to keep up not only the Lakers run, but his personal run of being one of the star players of the NBA. Theo, where would a theoretical title this year rank in LeBron's career feats?
I really, and again, if I had not been transformed by my trip to Cleveland last summer for the National Association of Black Journalists Conference, then I might have gone full throttle here. The Cleveland/Ohio hater in me would have loved to say that this would be greater than what LeBron did for them in 2016. But I can't. I have to be respectful. I have to be realistic. Him winning it for his hometown, him doing so against a historically great team in the Golden State Warriors, 73 and 11. That will be, to me, that stands as it's going to be the single greatest achievement of LeBron James' career. But I do think that a championship with the Lakers would surpass everything else he has done. A championship with the Lakers this year, everything else he's done in his career, including the 2 for my Miami Heat. Reason being, number one, that second Heat title over the Spurs did it by the skin of their teeth, but going into that finals, the Heat were projected to and should have won. The one against the Thunder, again, the Heat were favored. They I think it was a 4-1 series victory, but that one was not really a contest. The Thunder weren't necessarily ready for it. The bubble championship against the Miami Heat, again, that one, the Heat kind of, they got throttled by injuries. Bam was iffy, back and forth. Goran Dragic got lost for the series. That one, it still took him 6 games. That one wasn't impressive. If LeBron's able to do this at 41 years old, and he's able to do so after we've all written them off, not just before this season, but throughout this season, and honestly, since that Luka trade happened and they turned over the face of the franchise to Luka Doncic, if LeBron's able to get this one, it will be the second most incredible feat of his career, because it also highlights the longevity and how great he's been in his latter years. He's been like, I saw an alley-oop he caught last night from Austin Reeves where, like, he's getting up higher than the dudes we're watching in March Madness right now. Tina, it's ridiculous. Found the youth. He must have found it. We got to find it.
I want to find it.
We got to go like wherever LeBron is kicking it. We need to go find that and to preserve ourselves, because that dude is somehow, some way still doing it. He looks like he could do it for another 3 or 4 years. This will be the second most impressive.
Next stop.
From coast to coast, let's bring it back to the Sunshine State at the Kennedy Space Center in Cape Canaveral, Florida. They are launching the Artemis II this evening around 6:30. It will send 4 astronauts around the moon and back for the first time in over 50 years. The Heat, meanwhile, will tip off at the Kaseya Center tonight against the Celtics at 7:30 p.m. Which are you, Tina and Theo, more likely to watch? The launch or the Heat?
Both of the national broadcasts, by the way. So the nation will have to make this choice.
Me and Theo found out this morning that there was a launch.
I found out on Google because it's the little button thing that appears on the Google title. That was my news.
I want to know why. I don't know. Can somebody tell me why we're doing this?
Thank you.
Why are we circling around the moon, and why are they not landing on it? What are we going to gain from this expedition where they're just going to like do some laps around the moon? Are they doing what our guy Gary Forbes did, a 100-mile bike ride just to say he did it? Just to kind of do it, and also raise money for a cause. But, he just wanted to challenge himself. Are we challenging our NASA space program? Why are we doing this?
I have that question, too. Like, why are we doing this? Just going around and coming back?
We're at war right now. We got bigger priorities globally than for us to be up here circling the moon. I'm just curious why we are spending the money that they could have been using to pay TSA. Maybe you take some of this money away from this space exploration to give it to them. So, do you have a reason?
Well, so all I typed in on Google was, why Artemis II? And the first response that I got was, Artemis II is NASA's critical crewed test flight to validate the Space Launch System rocket and Orion capsule, paving the way for sustainable moon landings and future Mars missions. So you know how we had
we have to do that. We do have to do that.
So not right now.
Not right now.
The Strait of Hormuz is still closed. We got a lot of big things to handle. We're just flying around the moon?
From event planning, that perspective, I feel like this was planned a while ago.
Yeah, I mean, we canceled these things.
Scheduled and in the calendar a long time ago.
We got to get gas prices below $4, and then we can worry about the moon.
Is this the most responsible choice with our money right now? And I'm not, again, the people at NASA, and I'm not trying to undermine their programs, and they're doing a great job, and all of the things I'm supposed to say so that I won't get canceled, Yeah. I'm pro NASA. Yeah. I'm from Space City. I'm from Houston. I'm pro NASA. I am just curious.
You in that dang city of Houston.
I am, as a concerned citizen, just curious why the hell we're doing. This is almost as pointless as the Heat tipping off against the Celtics tonight. You want to know why? Because why the hell are the Heat still playing basketball games? Why the hell are they acting as if they actually want to make it to the playoffs when we know they're going to get swept if they do? Make it to the lottery. The Heat need to tank and go into the NBA draft lottery. America maybe needs to reprioritize the way we're spending our money.
Both of these things don't need to happen.
Yes.
Both of them don't need to happen.
How about we watch neither?
Yeah.
How about both get canceled and we move forward? I do not want to see the Celtics beat the Heat tonight. I do not. They're full strength too. It's going to be ugly.
Next stop.
To finish off our get around here on Theoretically Speaking, Theo, we're going to kill 2 birds with 1 stone because we're going to Jupiter, Florida to talk about what many consider to be the GOAT of golf.
My leg! I am not angry. I am in pain. My leg!
Time now for an injury report.
My head and torso! Whoa! Wow, that's crazy. They hit me everywhere except my legs!
Presented by Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Go where the pros go.
My leg!
Tiger Woods has announced he is stepping away from the game of golf and prioritizing his own health. He's seeking treatment following that crash that happened up in Jupiter on Friday in our area. Tiger Woods' return to golf happened just 3 days prior to that crash after a lengthy hiatus at TGL for match 2 of the TGL final against the LA Golf Club. It came in a losing fashion. For those of you that wanted to see Tiger Woods in the Masters, you will not see him there. For those of you who want the best for Tiger as a person, well, you're getting a step closer to your wish, as he clearly has had some internal issues that he feels like he needs to address. That is your Baptist Health Orthopedic Care injury report. It also, Cade, is a defining moment in Tiger Woods' career. The guy is now 50 years old. As we all know, as we sit here, Tina, Cade, myself, Theo, in this county, he means a lot locally, means a lot nationally, means a lot locally as well. You think about all the ventures that he has his finger on the pulse of. TGL. When you think about the fact that his son is going off to go play college golf at Florida State. He has a daughter, great soccer player. He has a family out. People care about him. Tiger Woods, sometimes in life, those bad things that seem bad can kick things into the right direction. If Tiger can simply be better for this, knock whatever this quote unquote, maybe allegedly addiction to some of these pain pills or issues, things that the reason why the cops believed he had, he was driving under the influence. If he's able to recover from this because of this, even at the age of 50, I am just hopeful that one day when we do see him returning to the field of play, this is not something that flares back up again. Maybe it'll be on the Champions Tour. Maybe it'll be just TGL going forward. But we were like a week ago, we had hopes. We had our fingers crossed for the Masters. Mm-hmm. And now a few days after, things totally shifted and did a 180. So I'm glad Tiger Woods is going and getting help. I also am curious if for him and for people around him, if they're kind of glad that accident did happen to kick him into realizing what he could be doing better for himself. It's probably going to end up being good for him.
Very curious to see how the trial goes, though. Did you see he pleaded not guilty?
Yeah, he did. Well, I mean, come on. Are you sure you're curious on how the trial is going to go for Mr. Tiger Woods?
Well, every time before he's pleaded guilty, has he not?
And the loads and loads of I did see one thing where he said he was looking at his phone, and that was the issue.
Okay.
I don't know what the pleas were beforehand. You're saying the other 2 times he pled guilty?
Because he was, I figured I would have heard if he pleaded not guilty, because one of them was drunk driving, and then the other was asleep at the wheel or something like that. All I'm saying is it's a big deal when you plead not guilty and ask for an in-person, like a jury to go with this case.
Well, and you know what? That can coincide with the fact that he's going out and getting the treatment. He's saying all the right things publicly. I saw floated out there that he said the accident happened because he was looking at his phone for a moment, which is relatable. And also, let's not be, come on, can we be honest out here, guys? It's Tiger Woods. This guy's got loads and loads of cash. I've seen people get off on much smaller things, guilty or not. Of course he's pleading not guilty to this. You know what I'm saying? What are we talking about? Wouldn't you? If you think you could get the best lawyers in the world.
You can also get a driver.
You know who his significant other is right now, and what her last name is? Think he'll be fine. He could get a driver. That also would help. Let's be proactive and not reactive. This is the happy hour, theoretically speaking. Cade is giving me the rap sign. He's like, before you get yourself in trouble, let's get to the other side. We have midday midterms on the other side. So thank you, Cade, for saving my tail. We also have to grade one of JMP's mock drafts because we have a new challenge coming. Cade Chumsland and myself, Theo Dorsey, against Evan Cohen and our teammate JMP. We're going to see who can get the most first-round picks right for this NFL draft come late April.
Love that.
So, Tina, I'm stoked for this one. We're going to grade the last couple of drafts that JMP had. So that is Cade Chumsland. That is Tina Costanza. I'm Theo Dorsey. We're theoretically speaking on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 1063.
Want to accelerate your career as a manager or executive in the exciting industry of sports? Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program is ranked #1 in Florida and 10th in the world. Students learn practical and applied skills from top faculty and experts who work in the industry. With a 94% placement rate for all grads, the full-time MBA program sets students up for success in the world of sports. Check out Florida Atlantic University's MBA in Sport Management program today by going to business.fau.edu.
Tired of being sidelined by a sports injury? Get back in the game with Baptist Health Orthopedic Care. Whether you're a professional athlete or even a weekend warrior, you can get back to doing what you love with our compassionate orthopedic team. Experience a new level of care and get back to your best. Welcome to being treated like a pro. Make an appointment today at baptisthealth.net/ortho or call 833-556-6764.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Whether you need batteries, tires, or services, we know you depend on your vehicle. You can depend on St. Lucie Battery and Tire. With the largest inventories, expert technicians, and the best price out the door every day guaranteed, you'll drive away with confidence. Life doesn't stop, and neither should your car. St. Lucie Battery and Tire is here for you. Our experts keep your vehicle ready with batteries, tires, and service you can trust. Fast, friendly, and always reliable.
Minor League Baseball is in full swing at Roger Dean Chevrolet Stadium as the Palm Beach Cardinals take the field on opening weekend, Thursday, April 2nd through Saturday, April 4th. Opening night features a Hawaiian shirt giveaway to the first 500 fans, and Saturday, April 4th, is the debut of the Palm Beach Frozen Iguanas, Minor League Baseball's coldest alternate identity, presented by Iggy Trap. To purchase tickets and find out more information, go to RogerDeanChevroletStadium.com.
Ready to take on any terrain? The all-new 2026 Defender 110 P300S is here. Built for those who crave adventure without compromising on luxury. Lease the powerful 2026 Defender 110 P300S for just $899 per month for 36 months. Whether you're tackling the toughest roads or cruising the city, the Defender is ready for it all. Don't wait. Visit Land Rover Palm Beach today and experience the Defender like never before. Terms and conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Need an extra boost? With Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union, you can earn up to $700 each year with a 7.0% annual percentage yield on balances up to $10,000. That's real money for real moments, like a family getaway or treating yourself to something special. Boost Checking from Flagler Credit Union. Requirements apply to earn the highest dividend rates. Limit 1 checking account per membership. Dividend rates and annual percentage yield subject to change. Business accounts do not qualify. Insured by NCUA, official credit union of Florida Atlantic Athletics.
Hey, ref, time out, man. All right, team, we're only down by 5. We can still win this. Grab some water and get back out there. Whoa, not that water. You need Culligan water. With a free water test and advanced reverse osmosis purification system, Culligan helps reduce contaminants, delivering cleaner, safer, better tasting water. Enjoy 12 months interest-free. Schedule your free test today at Culligan.com. Serving all of South Florida, residential or commercial.
Hey, Culligan man!
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
Yeah, we back at it, and it's time for the midday midterms. We have Kate Chumsland, we've got Tina Costanza. We're rocking, we're rolling. Before we get our midday midterms in, and we put some grades to some things in and around the sports world, Tina, you know that there's a place that gets an A++ all day, every day, and that is Kaiser University.
It is the Kaiser Seahawks. They are all about championships on the field and in the classroom. The Seahawks now have 29 national championships, most recently the men's swimming and diving team capturing their 7th NAIA title, and the amazing women's swimming and diving team going back to back, 5 straight national championships. How about 72 regular season championships and 75 Sun Tournament championships? All about champions at Kaiser University. Get the latest on the championship Kaiser Seahawk athletics program. Go to kuseahawks.com.
By the way, the Astros now up 5-2 over the Red Sox. Not sure what happened because it's hard for me to pay attention and do a show at the same time, but I'll get back to it later. Ghost Rose. What are we grading first?
I have a quick question.
What's up? Yeah, talk to me.
Is there was no other game this week that you could have watched that wasn't during the show?
I watched 2 nights ago. So, yeah.
Is there any of the rest of this week?
No, it's getting tough. So, like, they have some late first pitches in baseball for the Astros because they play in this division where they play like the Seattle teams. It's tough. Some of them are like 10 p.m.
Okay, yeah,
not doing that.
I'm sleeping.
Not doing that.
Right.
So,
dude, they've been at home all week and they've been batting off at 7:10 p.m. all week.
8 o'clock, actually.
And that's
You're awake at 8.
10. I know. I watched one.
Thank you, Tina.
But no, look at the rest of the week for the Astros. How you telling me? I'm the one that looked at the schedule.
I'm the one who's been looking at the schedule.
Look ahead at the rest of the schedule this week.
You have to watch the whole game for it to count of your 2 during the week.
Maybe. But I mean, I'm still kind of keeping an eye on this.
These are your
one.
own rules.
Yes, you're right. But the ones later in the week start at 10.
Okay.
So I watched the one that started at 8 a couple of weeks ago.
All right.
I mean, a couple of days ago. I believe so. Yeah, Monday night.
Okay.
All right.
That's fine that it's on right now.
Okay, Theo. So tomorrow starts at 9:40.
That's late.
And then Saturday and Sunday both start at 4.
No, you're giving Central
4:05.
Times. You're giving the Central Times. That's 10:40 our time.
Okay, well, either way, the weekend ones start at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, and I'm
Both
not spending
games
my
on the
weekends playing, watching the baseball. I'm not sitting down to watch the baseball on the weekend.
Okay.
I got things. I got motion. I got motion this weekend. And you know what else is going on this weekend? March Madness.
Yes, sir. Saturday night.
Come on.
All right. The first thing we're grading, the month of April.
There we go. See,
Happy April 1st.
Look at that. Look at that. You know
Look
what?
at what?
I'm saying, we just talked about how there's so much going on here. We got Astros baseball. We've got the Masters coming up. We've got March Madness wrapping up in April. We got the NBA playoffs, the Stanley Cup playoffs. The month of April is great. I don't know if it's the best sports month. I haven't pieced through each month in the calendar. But I will say it's probably a A- A- for the month of April.
It's not a sports month for me. It's my birthday month, so we're gonna give it an A+.
Come on, easy money. That's easy money.
And it's my mom's birthday too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Why was that an afterthought? Do you think she's going to care that you made that an afterthought?
No.
Okay. Which birthday is more important, yours or your mom's?
My mother's.
Okay.
I'm gonna go see her this weekend.
Nice.
To celebrate.
This is a B+ month simply because it's going to get hot.
That's a good
call.
It's rainy too.
It's a great sports month, but holy smokes, are you going to start to sweat?
That's a great call. That's a great call. It's going to get tough and rainy. It gets tough out here in South Florida.
Some ballpark food that we need to talk about all across the country. Theo, you wanted to bring to the table a Yankees mini dessert chicken bucket?
So this is a dessert bucket that they selling at Yankees games, Yankee Stadium, that it's ice cream that looks like fried chicken in a bucket. Ice cream drums. They look like fried chicken drumsticks in a bucket, but it's ice cream.
Have you seen that? I can't believe it's not cake. Like it's.
Yes, similar to that.
Okay.
But ice cream. You know what I'm
Are
going
you against it?
I'm against this. Yes. I'm going to give this a D.
What does it taste like?
First of all, I don't know. Secondly, what I do know is if I am at a ballpark and it's not dessert time, it's grubbing time. And you give me something that looks like a bucket of chicken, but it ain't a bucket of chicken, that for me is an automatic no.
Dippin'
I don't
Dots
care if it's
are my
ice cream.
go-to.
Dippin' Dots are perfectly fine.
At baseball games.
Don't give me a bucket that looks like fried chicken, but it tastes like ice cream. I'm not gonna like that. My mind might get a little confused by that. I told y'all yesterday I got ADD. I might get a little shaken. Look, if you see it on your YouTube screens right here at ESPN South Florida, it looks like a little New York Yankees bucket, and it looks like 2 pieces of fried chicken ice cream. Or fried chicken in there, but it's actually vanilla ice cream coated with, I would assume, is like cereal. I don't know.
This is the biggest A+ I will ever give on this show. I have been dying to try this. I've known about this for about 5 or 6 years now. This is not necessarily a new thing.
I thought this was new.
No, there's a different company that I'm sure the Yankees are partnering with to make this, but I've been dying to try this because according to the brand that I've seen, it's ice cream, but then the bone is a chocolate bar in the middle. So it's not just the ice cream.
I guess it's a cool. It looks fun. I just also can I at least get like some real food with it.
Well, of course, but that's a separate thing. Yeah. I would like to show you guys something that I had the privilege of experiencing. I was at an Atlanta Braves game on Monday night, and one of my best friends, he bought himself a $40 burger.
Huh.
But it looked a little something like this if you also want to go to the YouTube stream. This thing is about 5 pounds heavy, 5,500 calories, full of multiple, and it's about, I'd say, 7 to 8 inches in diameter.
Yeah,
it's a
huge.
two-hander. He has to palm it like a waiter just to eat it.
Oh my goodness.
And it has multiple patties, pulled pork, pork ribs, and a fried egg, lettuce, tomato, jalapenos, onions. It's probably 6 or 7 inches tall. My friend can barely get his mouth around it.
Hey, yo,
and it cost him $40.
That's too much meat. I ain't gonna lie.
Did they tell you the calories like when you purchased it, like as like a health?
No, we had to
concern?
Google it.
Okay.
In fact,
too much.
this is the one weird part about this burger in particular. The restaurant that was selling it actually didn't think anyone would buy it. So the lady brings it out to him, and he's like, I'll take that. And she goes, oh, really? I didn't think anyone would be stupid enough to buy it.
That's not a good sign.
That's a quote from her.
Yeah.
And sure enough, the burger, probably a D- to an F in taste. He said it tasted awful.
That's the issue when you make ginormous things like that. It's hard to properly flavor it or season.
But like in other like crazy Food Network stuff, we've seen bigger burgers. I just don't think anyone thought they would do this. Like the lady literally thought it was for display, and then my friend actually bought it.
Yeah, he's a
So
sicko.
if you're gonna do it, I actually don't mind the concept.
Yeah.
Because when he first brought it out, it looked great.
Make it taste
but
good.
you got to actually do something about it.
You got to make it taste good. That midday midterms, that was a thrill. Also a thrill for the good people. If you do something like that and you chow down on burgers, you might need to be hitting up our good people at Baptist Health Orthopedic Care, because you might be waking up in a sweat. And it might not just be because you're sore. It could be other issues going on. They can't help you with the food issues of it, but maybe if you are injured from anything that you're doing in your daily life, Baptist Health Orthopedic Care can get you back. And they can welcome you back to being an active community member. Welcome to Pro Level Orthopedic Care at Baptist Health. If an injury is keeping you from what you love, our expert team is here to get you back in the game, get you back rocking and rolling. It's trusted by the pros, and it's ready for you because everybody deserves pro level care. No matter what you feel like you're a pro in, you might not feel like you're a pro in anything. They treat the pros at the highest of levels in all of the sports you love. They can treat you with that same level of care because you deserve it, and you deserve to get back to the hobbies, activities, and fun things you do that you love. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho to learn more. baptisthealth.net/ortho. Welcome to being treated like a pro. More theoretically speaking on the other side.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. This is ESPN 1063.
Hey, it's Tina, in for Kate Chomslin. Welcome to the Kaiser Sports Update. The Seahawks men's and women's track teams both had record-breaking performances at the NSU Shark Invitational. Stanley Songo set a new school mark in the 1,500 meters. On the women's side, Isabella Butrica delivered a standout performance of her own, setting a new school record in the pole vault. Third-ranked men's tennis capped off a successful Georgia trip in dominant fashion, sweeping number 19 SCAD for love. The top-ranked women's tennis squad disposed of number 7 SCAD by that same for love score. Number 11 softball overwhelmed Florida Memorial in a doubleheader sweep, outscoring the Lions 29-0 across the two games. Number 2 men's lacrosse reached a major milestone, earning the 100th win in program history. And number 2 flag football celebrated Senior Day, shutting out Florida Memorial 71-0. For times and tickets on all Kaiser athletic events, head to KUSeahawks.com.
Coming to Port St. Lucie this spring and summer, it's the return of St. Lucie Mets baseball. The most family-friendly game in town is played under the warm sun on the green grass of Clover Park. Enjoy fun minor league promotions, fireworks, ballpark food, and more, all while watching the future stars of baseball shine on the diamond. Visit stluciemets.com to see the schedule and purchase your tickets. Make plans this season to visit Clover Park for a night of baseball and fun.
Business owners, are your employees driving you nuts? Is money tight? Or have you just poured your heart and soul into your business and now it's time to retire and just relax? At Trans World Business Advisors, they have buyers from all over the world ready to buy your business now. Call for a confidential conversation about your business's current value. 561-203-5121. That's 561-203-5121 or visit tworld.com today.
College basketball is heating up and the tournament is here. Don't let your home get caught off guard. Get game ready now with EDS Air Conditioning. EDS Air Conditioning is a trained comfort specialist. It's hard to stop a train. Right now, qualified customers can get 0% interest for 60 months on a brand new AC. Hot streaks belong on the court, not in your living room. With over 800 Google reviews and a 4.8 star rating, EDS has been the trusted MVP since 2006. Visit EDSIsyes.com today.
It's Tina. You know how important it is to keep your car running. And when it comes to my car, I only trust St. Lucie Battery and Tire. They've been taking care of South Florida for over 50 years, and they're still family-owned. Need new tires? They've got all the big brands. Battery issues? They've got it. Cars, trucks, boats, RVs, and even commercial fleets. And if you ever get stuck, their 24/7 roadside emergency service is a total lifesaver. Go see my friends at St. Lucie Battery and Tire, slbt.com. They'll keep you going.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios, Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
As you know, good people, with Xfinity, you already enjoy ESPN as part of your TV lineup with live games, daily sports coverage, and expert analysis. You're welcome. And now, the ESPN Unlimited plan is available at no additional cost, giving you access to additional ESPN content in the ESPN app, including more must-see action like WWE premium live events, on-demand programming, and originals to explore. Visit Xfinity.com/your subscriptions to activate ESPN Unlimited access and start watching it on the ESPN app. More from ESPN, all in one place. Go in love, go in peace, go enjoy. Go Stros.
Ready to take on any terrain? The all-new 2026 Defender 110 P300